Hello, dear children. So yesterday in the previous class, I gave you about this what do you call? If you have seen this PDF, the TLM that I shared with you, I basically asked you to read the chapter just to check your understanding and also the concept of language. So this with regard to this Unit 3, which is transport and communication, the very first chapter, conquering distances, page number 56, right? So, where is page number 56? Yeah. So, this was a chapter with regard to which I gave you the assignment. As because from Unit 1, we are done with both the chapter. Unit 2, which basically tells us about the different climatic regions of the world. And from Unit 2, we have already discussed, we are done with chapter 3, that's climate. And if you see the following chapters in Unit 2 after 3, that's 4, 5, 6, and 7, even those deals with climate, but specific climate, like chapter 4 tells us about dense forests, 5 about frigid, 6 about life in desert, like the desert area, and 7 about this what do you call the temperate grasslands. I'll tell about this even in the next class as well. So that's the reason that we'll go to class. I mean, not class. Sorry, we'll go to chapter 8 directly. All right, that's a different unit, something different to learn, so that in order to break this monotonous. All right. Okay, so conquering distances, which comes under transport and communication. So, what is the main objective of this chapter? What are we going to learn from this lesson? By the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand development in the field of transport, fastest means of transport, uses of highways, which can be also termed as roadways, airway, waterway, railway. So basically, the 5 different modes of transport. You can say that. Next, we will also get to know about the disadvantages of the modern means of transport as well as the railway routes of the world. Alright, so straight away let us go to the text. And yes, before I start the text, let me tell you, there's the assignments which I am, asking you to do. I hope you're all aware, I'm sharing it once again, that the answers of all these assignments are being shared with you on a regular basis on the following classes, right? That is the next class after this, like supposing if I give an assignment today, so that means the answers of this assignment will be shared then the next class. If you have this class tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whenever it is, right the very next class, the answers will be shared for so that you can tally the same from your end, and at the same time, if there is actions need to be taken, even you can do it accordingly. All right. Okay, so let us go to the introduction. Early human beings used to travel on foot over long distances. With the invention of the wheel, everything changed. Now, human beings no longer carried heavy loads on their back. They invented faster means of transport which could help them reach a place at a much rapid speed, okay, pace. One such invention was the steam engine by James Watt. Underline that, steam engine by James Watt, which brought about a revolution in the history of transportation, revolution, a change. Today we have various means of transport that helps us to reach our destination rather quickly. Yeah, very true. So basically, the introduction itself talks about the different mode of transportation or transport, you can say that we have, as because if you go back to history, you would come to know that earlier the only mode of transportation that we had was foot walk, right, which was a very kind of a challenging, a tiresome, and it was also not feasible all the time, as because there are different terrains at times. You need to cross various what do you call rough roads and all, and because of the adverse weather condition, even so that so many things came it proved to be a kind of a hindrance, an obstacle on the path of transportation for us, as because we didn't have any advanced means or any proper way of transportation. But however, today, if we talk about today the transportation system that we have, and especially with the invention of the wheel, you talk about roadway, you talk about what do you call this, railways, right, airways, correct, and even you talk about this what do you call waterways. Yeah. Now you might think that what is the use of will in waterways? Now see, the transportation system, or you can call this what do you call this, the boat, ship, and all whatever is used in this waterway, those are not being built on top of the water. It is being what do you call produced in a particular place, but and to transport that particular mode of transportation from its place of origin, from its place of production to the water body, transportation, another mode of transportation is required, and that is where will comes in picture. So now, with the invention of the wheel, everything has changed. In fact, we no longer need to carry loads on our back, as because there are so many different types of vehicles, different types of transportation that we have, which in fact helps us, to reach any place at a much more faster means as compared to the earlier mode of transportation. And one such invention which really brought a revolution in the history of transportation is the steam engine, which was invented by James Watt. In fact, not only steam engine, today we have so many various means of transportation because of which we can reach our destination in a much more shorter and in a quicker way possible. So now let us see what do you mean by transport or transportation. Transport or transportation is the movement of people and goods from one location to another. Underline that. The modes of transport include air, rail, water, road, cable. Yeah, cable transportation. Are you aware about air? That's airplane, rail, train, road, the car, vehicles, and all which runs on the road. Water we have here, right? In our locality itself, we have this so-called ferry, and all the different ferry services. But what do you mean by cable? Recently, if you just if you understand this terminology, we have cable transportation as well in our locality. The ropeway, which recently got inaugurated, right? So that's what cable mode of transportation. Pipeline and space. Yeah, pipeline. With regard to pipeline, I remember something. A few days back, I was going through an article where I don't remember where the place it is, but yes, two Indians were there. Where in fact it was these two Indians were the first Indians to have traveled on this mode of transportation. You can say the pipeline and all. It was somewhere was it in India or different place? I don't know. But yes, two Indians. They were the first Indians. So you'll gradually come to see. You see so much of development in the field of transportation taking place. Can you ever imagine this? Okay, fine. Air, rail, road, water, which we are experiencing. Okay, even cable we are experiencing. But pipeline and space and all. There are huge number of industries all over the world. Raw materials are brought from one place to another. Finished goods are manufactured and sent to markets all over the world. Now see, this raw materials, transportation plays, you can say it acts as a kind of a backbone of a country. Why? Because see, the goods, okay, you talk about any goods, be it a pencil, be it whatever, be it a book that you have right in front of you right now. Even that book, the book which you have, it wasn't published at your home, right? Or it's not that you have published it. It was published somewhere, maybe in some industry or some factory, whatever. But that particular book, from the place of manufacture, the way now it is at your desk, it's with you. How did it come? Yes, definitely you went and bought it, but you see the transportation, the mode of transportation which carried it along, and so that now it's easily accessible, so that and even you have it right now. So likewise, the raw materials, you talk about the raw materials which are being transported from one place to another. You talk about the finished goods, the manufactured goods, okay, which are sent all over the world. For all of this, what do we need is that we need a good means of transportation system. And invention of aeroplane, invention of aeroplane has brought the world much closer. Yes, it is true. Now see, because of this the modern transportation system that we have, it's possible for me, for you, for us, you see, one can have a breakfast in another country, lunch in a different country, and at night you can have your supper back to your own homeland. So that why is it possible today? The world seems to be so small for us. It seems like but there was a time when, forget about the world, just in your own locality, to go from one place to another, it would take days, months, within the same state or within the same country. But today you can travel from one country to another within just a few span of hours. So invention of aeroplane has brought the world much closer, and it is the easiest way for people and goods to reach another country. Okay, next we have passenger transport, and yeah, now let's private as well. Okay, so let us discuss passenger transport. Page number 57, right on top. Okay, continuation of the same topic, that's transport. Passenger transport may be public, where operators provide scheduled services, or private, where it is owned by an individual. All right, passenger transport, something which belongs to the public, which belongs to the, you can say, government, you can say that in simple language, in layman's term. And this passenger transport, it has got its scheduled proper timetable. Now, yeah, the ferry service that we have in our locality, that's a passenger transport. Now the ferry service, if you see, it has got its timetable. Okay, like the to and fro movement, it has got its proper specific timetable. It's not that it'll be waiting for the people to, to be filled up, or at the same time, like, or if somebody says, all right, I'll be delayed by a couple of minutes, do hold on for some time. No, not like that. Whether it's one passenger or 20 passenger, that doesn't matter. Once it is, as per the schedule, once it is time, it will move on. That's what passenger transport means. And but next we have private as well. Private transport are basically owned by individuals, all right. So that's the basic difference between a passenger transport and a private transport. The simple difference is, private transport, it has got an individual owner, at times individual, at times it also has got a group of individuals coming together. So okay, now this, as I told you that transport is the main backbone of a country, the same thing is being mentioned in your next paragraph. Transport plays an important part in economic growth and globalization. See, goods, raw materials being transported from one place to another. Otherwise, the economy, the market, it would fall down. How would you be able to buy, or how would you be able to sell your products if there is no proper transportation? It will be just confined into a limited area, into that particular area. You will not be able to spread. But most types of transport cause air pollution and use large amount of land and fuel. Yeah, even that is true. As a result, you see, nowadays we are having this alternate means of transportation. What is that called? E-vehicles, right? Electronic vehicles and all. We have electronic cars coming up. Yeah, recently I saw in the town, in the city, the other side of the river, in the main Guwahati, this even the public transportation system, which are under ASTC, Assam State Transport Corporation, electronic city buses are there, right? Which, as because they don't emit any kind of dangerous or harmful gases and all, which even do not pollute the air. So likewise, see the change taking place in the field of transport. Next we have, why do we need transport? Okay, let's see. From the olden times, movement of people and goods from one place to another has been taking place. This continuous movement of people helped a lot in trade and exchange of ideas. It has also created a desire to improve the means of transport and communication among people. Yes, another important thing, behind why transport has become such an important part of our life, as because you see, right from the ancient days, okay, people, goods, you cannot confine them in one place. It keeps on moving from one place to another, all right, and it has been taking place regularly. And because of this continuous movement of the people, there is a growth in trade, which means business, and not only trade, even exchange of ideas. Now, for example, you see, uh, now when we meet different people from a different land who does not belong to this particular land, this particular area, when we come across such type of people, when he or she comes in, what happens, he or she also carries this different belief, different you can say philosophy towards life. And when we interact with those type of people, we also get to know, we get, at times we share our own opinion, and we also get to know many other things as well. So ultimately, now this sharing of ideas, sharing of opinion, we get to know once we interact with a person who does not belong from that place, or who is an outsider. But the question is, that outsider, how that outsider came in your place, or how did he or she come at your area, at your locality? Definitely transportation. Without transport, it wouldn't have been feasible for a person, you know just to share his ideas, or to share his opinion. He would take that long walk, miles and miles, and would come to your place, right? So transportation, that's another important role, that it helps in the, what do you call, trade and also exchange of ideas. And as a result, because of this business and exchange of ideas, now the need, the desire to improve the means of transportation has also increased among. Now, as I gave you the example of electronic vehicle, yes, this, what do you call, the other vehicle which runs on fossil fuel and all, petrol, diesel and all, you can say that fossil fuel, yes, they emit harmful gases and all, up to and they pollute the air, they pollute the environment. But that doesn't mean that people would stop transportation, as because if people stops transportation, the entire, not only the transportation, me, you, we, all of us, we would be hampered in some way or the another. So as a result, different alternate means are being, discovered. You can this electronic vehicle. Likewise, in order to exchange ideas, in order to grow trade, this the desire to improve the different means of transportation and communication among the people, you will see it's increasing day by day. Next, we have the different types of transport. All right. Okay. I'll just hold on today up to this topic, that's need for transport. The other topic we'll discuss in the next class. Please go through the text as I've already shared in your previous class, that read the text to share your to know your understanding. So now I have explained you so that you can understand in a much more better way. All right, read the text. See you in the next class. Stay at home, all right, and study well.